What is going on with LSU? Why is everyone so high on LSU this year? They were 12th in the coaching poll the other week. They're 13th in the AP poll today. Like, where is this confidence coming from to be a fringe top 10 team? Like, either I'm completely missing on this team or there's a lot of brand bias going in to either the voting and the general sentiment of the public on this LSU team for the upcoming 2024 season. Like, the offense I can get behind. I think there's a couple positions on offense where there are going to be studs. I do think it'll be a step back from last year, but you can sell me on the offense. Like, I'm buying Garrett Nussmeier. I think he's going to be a stud. He's going to be great. I'm buying the offensive line. They returned 4 of the 5 guys. They returned Will Campbell, who is arguably the best tackle in the conference between either him or Kelvin Banks probably. They got Mason Taylor coming back. He'll be a stud at tight end. He'll be a top 5 player in the conference at the tight end position. Wide receivers, I like Kyron Lacey a lot. They have C.J. Daniels coming in, who will have to be a good number 2. Like, overall offense, I get it. I'm buying the offense. Defensively, did they just adopt Ray Lewis and the rest of the 2000 Ravens defense? Like, I know they brought in Blake Baker, who was an outstanding hire from Missouri, but they didn't address any of the positions of need in the transfer portal that the way that they should have. Like, how can you sell me on the solid defense for this team? Last year, they were 82nd in points per game, 118th in passing yards per game. Last year, they had a Heisman winning trophy winner in Jaden Daniels and 2 elite receivers that got drafted, and it just went to waste because their defense was shit. And last year, they sent away Mekhi Wingo to the draft. They sent away Jordan Jefferson. They sent away Mason Smith. Like, their whole D-line is just now gutted. They have some pieces coming back that I think will be pretty good. They got Jacoby and Gilroy. I think he'll be solid. He's been in pretty much every game for LSU for the past 2 seasons. But, like, outside of that, there's not really any depth there on the defensive line, and they didn't address it. And they got Major Burns in the secondary, who I think will be solid. But, again, not a lot of options back there. And I think the biggest wild card for this defense will be, how will Harold Perkins be used? What is Blake Baker going to do with Harold Perkins? Is he going to be a rush threat, primarily like he was in his freshman year, or is he going to drop back a little bit more like he did last year? Like, how will he be used? Because we've seen his elite level talent, and he could be, the best defensive player in the conference if he's used properly and, for his ability. So how will he be used? I mean, look, at the end of the day, LSU is littered with blue chips all over their roster. But right now, none of them are really all that proven yet, on this stage, but competing in the SEC day in and day out. So, I just don't see where they're going to make this big jump over 1 year. I do like Blake Baker. I think he's a good hire, but there are a lot of holes in this defense from last year that are going to carry over for this year, I think. And you know what? They play a lot of teams who like to chuck the ball around. They open with USC, who loves throwing the ball. They play Bama, who they're going to throw the ball around. They'll play Ole Miss, who's going to chuck the ball around. Oklahoma. Like, these guys like to throw, and with no pass rushing threat, they're going to be able to pick apart that secondary, those quarterbacks. So I hope I'm proven wrong, but I just don't see LSU as a fringe top 10 team entering in the 2024 season. I don't think that they're going to make the playoffs. I just don't see where you can sell me on LSU being ranked 12th or 13th here. Hope I'm wrong. Follow Big Body Ball CFB on all socials. You